question, Aaron. Is there a giveaway tonight?
I have the slides I'm going to go through. We can give that away. Plus, it has a link for Blake. So let's give that away.
Okay. You got it. Can you just message that to me in Messenger and I'll get ready?
Yes.
Pretty please.
Let me do that right now.
All right, we're live on StreamYard, and then I'm going live on YouTube, and then let's see if I can knock out this Facebook Live.
Okay.
We're just gonna do it. I hope you're ready, Aaron. We're gonna go live.
Make it happen. Let's just do it. Let's go.
Full send. Full send on YouTube. Full send on Facebook. That's awesome. Let's get it posted in the group so all 37,000 members of the group can see it.
Right.
I wish you would. I wish you would like notify everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the at everyone functionality in the group. I don't know why.
Yeah, what's up with that, Facebook?
It's not rolled out fully to everybody, but let's just go ahead and get this going anyway. Regardless, share to pages group. Here we go. Boom. All right. Well, we're back. The Low Volt Marketing Power Hour. Thursday. It's one of my favorite events of the week. I love this. We get to talk about my favorite subject, marketing. And this one in particular is so high value commercial projects. Like that's what I do all day long. I try to get higher end stuff like multifamily, some industrial, some government educational stuff. But I try to go for the big fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The little ones I do, but they take more time than the big ones sometimes because like there's a lot of hand holding. So I like doing the big, high value commercial projects. And apparently, you're going to tell us a 3-step system on how to get those. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Blake. I mean, the projects. And you think of like the life cycle of a project to be able to keep your guys working on one thing. And busy out in the field and working on a larger scale type of thing where they're there for, not just weeks, but, potentially months. It really helps so that you're not always out trying to find, new business and just keeping the guys rolling and money coming in the door. So I'm going to share something that's working for us and something that we're also doing for other low voltage pros here in a moment. I've got some slides I'll share with everybody and some things that you can either implement into your business or do some of it and kind of outsource the rest or assign it. If you're the owner, assign somebody with some tasks to do some of the things that we'll talk about. Or outsource the whole kit and caboodle to Projects on a Platter, which is a service that we're providing for other contractors, which is more or less prospecting high value commercial jobs in your area, outreaching, and then finding decision makers on those projects to see what the next step is to be a part of that thing. Right. So I'll share all about that. But before I do, Blake, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
I saw you ask the group, should you continue with the In the Wild posts? And I did not see the response. Are the In the Wild posts still going to continue?
Oh yeah, it was a pretty strong yes. There was like maybe 300 votes. I'll have to pull up that post, but it was like 70%, maybe more, said yes. So we will continue with and I learned a lot from them. I like them. What are your thoughts on them, Aaron? Do you learn a lot, or are they just a bunch of noise, or what?
They're humorous. I feel badly for the folks that might be on the other end if they're getting called out.
It's self-policing. Like you got to have some level of professionalism if that's possible in the group. However, we got to keep each other in check. The whole purpose of this is to get better at what you do.
Totally.
The cabling, the documentation, the dressing, communicating with the customer, the professionalism. That's what it's all about. It might not seem like it at times, but that's the core of Low Voltage Nation.
That is true. Sometimes it takes a little roasting to kind of, set you straight.
Welcome to the construction industry. Is this your first day?
I just think I like it just makes you make a good chuckle. Like if you got a lot going on that day, you see, you're like, at least it doesn't look like that.
Right.
Like it's like, okay, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. And now we got the group chat. Have you guys been in the big group chat? Have you seen this?
I have
don't-
not. No.
I don't know who spun it up. I don't know if Facebook just made a general chat, but there's basically everybody's in it. It's like 30 some thousand people in this group chat just kind of hanging out on the job site, chit chatting about projects and other stuff.
No kidding. Yeah, send me an invite to that. I want to jump
I
in
think,
that.
I think you can just go straight in the group and click on the chat thingy. You have to check it out.
What a
pretty
trip.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, maybe I can announce our event in there. That might be a good idea.
That is a fantastic idea.
All right. I'll let you take it
Yeah.
away. I'm done talking.
Yeah. Shoot, throw a link in there. Let them know we're live, and maybe we can grab some folks and they can see what we're up to today, chatting about the 3-step system to land some higher value commercial projects. Let me share my screen here just a moment. I'm looking forward to hearing some of your thoughts too, Blake, knowing that you primarily are going after, these larger types of projects too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll have some input for sure.
All right, let me see. Let me get the right slide rocking. And everybody watching today will have access to the slides that we have as a PDF at the end of the broadcast here. So just look, I think Christine will post that underneath, or Blake will post it. Everybody will have access to this. And as I mentioned earlier, either you can take it on, do this in-house, kind of sub out pieces of it, or sub it out to us at Projects on a Platter, where we do everything I'm going to share with you right here today. All right, I'm on the wrong button. Share screen. There it is. My goodness gracious. Window. Haha. We did it.
There it is.
We did it. All right. The 3-step system to get high value commercial low voltage projects without networking groups, luncheons, BNI, or chamber events. Not to discount those, because relationships and networking is where it's at.
Yeah, those are good. I was going to say I'm still going to do those.
So do not do those. I'm just sharing some methods where those are not involved. That is all. So the 3-step system, and what we call internally over here. So we use this system not only to help other contractors, but also we utilize this in our business. We're licensed low voltage contractors in Reno, Nevada. We do all sorts of work in larger construction projects, hotels, motels, casinos, primarily in Reno, but also down in Las Vegas. So you'll see us out there. But what our 3-step system is, we call POP, P-O-P. We prospect, and then we outreach, and then that leads us finally to the proposal. We're going to chat primarily today on prospecting and outreach, because that is primarily where you're going to spend most of your time attracting this new business, getting this new business. Okay. So prospecting, and let me ask you this, Blake, where do you, when you're looking for commercial projects in your area, the Nashville area over there, how are you going about prospecting, just to see like the landscape of what's around you?
Yeah, there's a number of ways. So Construct Connect, are you familiar with that product? Construct Connect? Yeah. So I scour that almost every day. Have had a little bit of success with it. I haven't won any bids off of it, but I have bid and managed to build some relationships with some of the contractors on there. So it's been good.
Nice.
Yeah, they have like all their email addresses, like who's involved in the project, the budget. Like they have a lot of really good information where you can, if you keep track of all of it, you can kind of build your list from there, which has been awesome. Yeah. So Construct Connect is good. I know there's a big fee for that. I'm not sure what we pay for it, but I know there's a fee involved. So there's that. And then just driving around. I mean, I live downtown and I'm surrounded by cranes right now. So I can just I can walk to like 20 job sites right now and just write down like on the, how they had like the wrap around. It has like all the people involved, the contractors, the investors, everybody, So I just write down and then just make a list off of that. And then since Access Control Systems, that's the name of the company, ACS, we've been in business for quite some time and have so many relationships. Obviously, one of the biggest things is word of mouth and just having those existing relationships in pipeline. So those are kind of the top three things. And I also do networking events with like GNAA, which is like the Greater Nashville Apartment Association, IFMA, that's facility managers, as well as some commercial real estate networking events. So those four.
Yeah. There you go. Dude, the relationships ultimately are absolutely just the key to the whole shooting match. Like if you've got a pocket full of general contractors that you have good relationship and rapport with, the developers and builders, I mean,
architects, that's key for sure.
100%. And to kind of frame what we're going to chat about here today, just understanding like long term, the name of the game is relationships. And even though you might not win a project today, you're planting the seeds by doing this prospecting and outreach for projects down the road by building on the relationships.
Indeed.
Bar none. So it may look like a tall order to do some of the things that we're kind of chatting about and, kind of time intensive. Like you, Blake, you're dedicated to getting new business for ACS. A lot of guys, the smaller teams, right? It's like an owner and he's got his crew, and they might not have somebody completely dedicated for outreach like that.
Oh, right. Yeah. We got a whole sales team for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. See that's awesome. And to get to that point, from a smaller guy to get to that point, it's kind of like the ultimate goal, right? So to hire somebody like you, like Blake, to be on your team, to do these things for you. So as the owner, you're not out in the field, doing the paperwork, plus the prospecting, plus the outreach, plus the sales and the proposal. I mean, it's overwhelming at times, right? Especially for smaller businesses. So we're going to try and share some things here today that'll help shortcut that and take a little bit of that stress off, and shortcut folks to, hey, where do I get this prospecting information? What do I got to do the outreach? And then when it comes proposal time, usually projects themselves, they have their RFP or they have specifications on how you're going to submit that proposal. And we probably do another video on all of that, but more or less it's getting everything in order to submit a nice polished thing at the end. Yeah. So let us talk. Okay, so where to prospect? Blake, you had mentioned, I think it was Construct Connect, right?
Yep.
Okay, Construct Connect. Awesome. So in fact, here, let me make sure. Yes, so Construct Connect, this is where you can go for them. I mentioned just Google commercial construction projects near me. Some will pop up there, but Construct Connect and another one I'm going to share with everybody are kind of paid solutions where they do the prospecting, find all that information, the name of the project, address of the project value, what the project calls out for in different phases of the project, what phase of the project it's in, and then like you mentioned, Blake, decision makers, developers, architects, GCs, folks that you want to get in front of. So Construct Connect is a great tool and solution for that. But yeah, they are pricey. They're definitely pricey. I think it's an annual thing that they charge. I want to say 4 figures, something like that.
Okay.
So that is one. Another one that is very good is called Construct a Lead. They are excellent in this. Once again, it's another paid solution, but it gets you to the data very, very quickly. Okay. You're able to search in your area for particular projects, and then it returns all of the projects in your geographic area, depending on, the package that you have with either one of these companies. So those are the two that we recommend going through in order for those. They return private and public jobs. But in order to look up public jobs specifically, this is a great website, usaops.com. Let me share this one. So government bid opportunities. These are government bid opportunities. It'll take you to the city, county, state level, and present all of the, could be lighting, controls, access control, video walls, AV stuff. We just bid on a project in Las Vegas for an LED video wall, and it was a lead from this right here. So this is a great resource, and this is actually far less money than those other two, but it's all public projects. Okay, so public projects, and all of these, just so everybody knows, wherever phase of business that you are in, for these larger commercial projects, you really got to have your ducks in a row, your insurances, your workers' comp, your licensing, all of those things. You've got to be on point. Okay. So if there's some loose ends in your business and you want some of these projects, make sure you marry up those loose ends, get it tight, get it ready so that you can, bid on these projects. And then federal level, this is huge. Highly, highly recommend everybody here, if you haven't already, register with sam.gov, because you can search the whole nation for really large federal projects in all facets of low voltage. So if you are not registered with sam.gov, definitely do so. There's a process to go about doing that. It takes a little bit of time to get registered, approved, get your cage code and all that sort of stuff. First thing you want to do is make sure you get your DUNS number, your Dun and Bradstreet number, and that's going to get you to be able to register at sam.gov. Okay, so, and that's how you can get in front of those larger federal projects. So, okay, great, Aaron. Now I know where to find some private jobs. I know where to find some public near me, and I know where to look for federal larger jobs. Christina, yes, I believe we are. I believe it's recording, I want to say. Good question. If not, we can download it from Facebook. So, okay, great. Now I've done my prospecting. Let's go back to 1, 2, 3, outreach. How do we do the outreach? So prospecting, done. If you're going through like Construct Connect or Construct Lead, you go in there, like Blake mentioned, and you put in your city or your county or whatever, and then it returns a CSV or spreadsheet file of all the things, all the prospecting in your area. So, and all the people on the project, potentially, not all of them, but a good number. So where does that take us? Outreach. So now it's time. I've got the data. I've got the information. How do I get in front of this project? And when you get that information of who to call, you always have to keep in mind who you're speaking with, right? Because the conversation is a little bit different if you're speaking with the general contractor or the owner or the developer or whatnot, or the front desk receptionist that's answering. The conversation's a little bit different, but if you keep in mind, and this is how I like to frame it, and Blake, feel free to jump in here too, but when it's time to outreach, I put on the back burner kind of the end goal, which is the end goal, of course, is to win the bid, get on the project, etc. But all I want in this initial outreach is, what are the next steps? Who do I need to speak to? What are the next steps in order to get in front of this project to be a part of the thing, right? So if I have information going back here and there's a general contractor associated with XYZ project over down the street, and I have his name, I have his number, I have his email address. The one thing that I'm thinking about right now is just, hey, Bill, this is Aaron over here at J&L Digital. I see that you're working on XYZ project over there. I got your name and number, and I just was wondering if you're the right person to speak with, or if you could share the next steps, the best way that we could participate in this project. That's it.
Yep. To the point. I love it.
Awesome. And he might be the person to talk to. He might not be. He might say, hey, yeah, go talk to, we've already subbed out, and this is the case for a lot of jobs. We've already subbed out all of our low volt stuff to the electrician, and it's it's some high voltage electrician, right? But he'll say, all right, well, you can go talk to them because they're actually doing some sub work. That happens quite frequently. So just frame it in your mind. And one, if you're nervous about cold calling and outreach and all that, just frame it in your mind. Hey, all I'm looking for is the next steps to be a part of the thing. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not trying to convince somebody to do something that they don't want to do. It's not necessarily sales. It's just, what do I got to do to be a part of this thing? What are the next steps? Okay. All you want to do is get to the next steps to be a part of that thing, be a part of that project. Okay. So what do I need to be able to do to participate in that project? Oftentimes, what is that thing? Who do I have to chat with? Is there a site survey? Is there a visit? Is there a cup of coffee I got to go have with somebody just to have a chat? Do I have to get on a Zoom? Well, what is that next step? It could be something small. It could be an actual go throw on a hard hat and walk the property. It's just, what are the next steps? That's all it is. Simple stuff. And on the public, the USA ops, or the city, county, state, federal projects, it's a little bit different because they outline the next steps for the most part. They tell you in the information on those websites. There's a survey, 8 a.m. mandatory, got to be there. Those are a little bit different, but this outreach to the data, the prospecting that you receive from however you're doing the prospecting, Construct Connect, Construct a Lead, it's getting on the phone, it's calling, it's outreach, and getting in front of that project. Who should I speak with about being able to participate on this project? These are the types of the questions that you want to ask. Okay. I like this one because a lot of folks, they already have a preferred low volt guy. They already work with somebody, right? You're going to run into that. That's fine. It's all good. Hey, we totally get it. You already have a number one guy. I would love to be your number two when they're not available. They're going to be tied up. They're going to be working. That's fine. I'd love to be your number two when they're not, to offer you more opportunity to even grow your business. Right. So the other end goal is, who really is the man? I mentioned this a little bit ago. Is it the GC? Is it the high voltage electrician company on the job? It's really finding out. You kind of have to put your detective hat on in this whole outreach thing and be committed to just discovering who is the right person to talk to. All right. Who is the right person to talk to and get in front of it? Sometimes it's the GC. Sometimes it's the builder. Sometimes it's an architect, like you mentioned, Blake. It really depends. And you just got to put your detective hat on. Go find out who the man is on the project to chat with, so you can be a part of the thing, so you can be made available, or at least have an opportunity to be a part of the thing. Okay. One thing you're often run into is, okay, well now, in order to be a part of this project, here's, a vendor pack that you have to fill out to be an approved vendor with the group. Right. And so just be prepared that there's some paperwork on the back end of this when you find out how to be a part of the thing, that you might have to fill out some company information, some references, kind of like a capabilities type of thing, and maybe some insurances and workers' comp and those things, more or less, to solidify that, hey, we're a legitimate company, and please put us on your vendor list. Okay.
Yes, sometimes they'll have that on their website. It'll be like a form or like a downloadable PDF, and you got to send it to them. So maybe do a little bit of homework before you just like cold call them and kind of get your ducks in a row. You know what I mean? Like show them that you actually put some work in before you're just like, hey man, what do I do?
Yeah, a little due diligence will serve you well, for sure.
Well, did you Google it?
For sure. Good call. Yeah, because a lot of this information is out there to be a vendor with, these companies. So try and do, you've got the prospecting, you've got the name of the project, you've got some contacts associated with the project. Do a little bit of detective work visit their websites, see if they already have means to become a vendor with them. 100%. Once again, who's the man? Be relentless on the phones and follow up. Don't take no. Get the next steps and who to speak with. All right. Once again, I think it's just important to frame within your mind. You're not trying to sell anybody. You're just a detective finding out information on how to get the next step to be a part of the thing. Okay. So how to do this? Now, Blake, I know you do more than just prospecting and outreach. You're on the sales side. You take it beyond just the prospecting.
Oh yeah, I do bidding, estimating. I do system design, like engineer work. I'm out there doing a lot of like technical stuff as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So your skill set is much more, highly more in depth and highly more valuable than you could, in theory, just have someone put their detective hat on, hit the phones, and get the next step. But then, as the owner or a manager, step in when obviously that next step happens. Okay. So what you can do is hire someone dedicated just for prospecting and outreach at $20 an hour and just have them on the phone. That's all they do. Hey, what's the next step to be on the project? Hey, go visit the websites. How do I become a vendor with that GC, with that builder? Go out and do that. But that's all they do. They don't do all the things that you do, So you can hire somebody to do that for you. I would probably place that at about a $20 an hour type of job where they're just that's all they do, prospecting. That's it, nothing more. Okay. You can either have somebody on your team do that. You can also hire someone, and I say Upwork here, and I'm not thinking somebody from the Philippines or overseas, but there's US based work on Upwork. But just make sure that they have, experience on the phones, and then you got to train them up a little bit, at least on the industry and the services that you provide. But ultimately, it's really just get on the phone and just find out the next steps so our low voltage company can find out the next steps to be on the project. And when they're on the phone and they get asked a technical question, it's, I only work with the company in the capacity to find out the next steps on the project. I don't have those technical details, but I'd be happy to refer you to someone internally that definitely does. Okay. That way they're not trapped into, no, and that can very easily happen, but just, a little simple script, I'm dedicated on this team to go research and find new projects for us to work on. I can have you speak with my manager on those technical types of questions. That's it. Okay.
But Aaron, some of those Filipinos have better communication skills than Americans at $5 an hour. So I'm just saying, like, don't be hating on the Filipinos. Like, they're hard workers. Great.
You are absolutely correct, sir. You are absolutely correct.
I'm being dead serious too.
No, I agree. I have worked with some very professional VAs through Upwork from the Philippines. That is an absolute fact. Mm-hmm. So if you're able to find someone that, that it, clearly speaks, well, it'd be great to have somebody that's actually bilingual, but that, clearly speaks English and what have you. Then, well, like you said, Blake, a lot of folks speak English better than native speakers.
And they're really hard workers too. And then, yeah, the bilingual thing, start looking in Central and South America, really hard workers down there, and they speak Spanish. So huge market.
100%. In fact, so I have Upwork here, and I've just put in folks to make phone calls, and I haven't done an exhaustive filtration of these folks here, but just, let's see here. Email, chat, full-time, maybe. Let's see here. Natasha, creative writing, maybe not the, possibly. A lot of experience, customer service, mainly working on the telephone along with having many jobs. Possible candidate. Who's this guy? This guy's asking $35 an hour. Lead gen, sales development, sales coaching. Here we go. Cold calling and researching at $20 an hour. He might be able to be trained in order to do this sort of thing. So
80% job success. I don't like that.
yeah, don't like the job success. That is true. Where you at?
Yeah, where's that 20% at? Not showing up on time is where it's at.
We're missing something there.
Yeah, so this is only US. If I toggle this, it'll show us all sorts of other folks, So
I've been using Upwork for years, back when it was Elance.
Yeah.
Over a
I
decade.
did.
Yeah, you
I
too.
did too. Yeah.
I've hired so many contractors, and I've been working with my main general virtual assistant for over 3 years now from Upwork.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember Odesk?
Yeah, is that still around? Odesk, for sure.
No, I thought they merged a long time ago. But
Okay.
yeah.
Or OGs.
$6 an hour. Ann Fay, she does real estate cold calling acquisition. She could be, trained for.
She might, and 6 is high for, not high, but it's good. That's a livable salary.
For sure. Here, let's see here. 15 an hour. This guy's killing it. 95% job success. Over 30,000 earned. Lead gen, collections, business development, team management, appointment setting.
He might be really good at 15 an hour in the Philippines. He might be really good.
Yeah.
I would reach out to him. It's 15.
Yeah.
15 is not much.
No. Yeah.
Wait, what's that, guys? I'm going to reach out to him.
Here, I'll open him up. I'll share his link with you.
I actually got some people to do some bidding and estimating for me. They were really expensive though, but they were out of like Pakistan and Philippines. They were charging like 30 an hour, maybe. I couldn't really pay out of pocket for it and justify it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, here I got Lexon's link here for you.
There you go. Yeah, definitely.
And I just want to give a shout out. We see Terrence chiming in tonight, so
there he is.
Thanks for chiming in tonight. I know you've already typed in a few things like, are we recording, etc. We are. I know Blake already mentioned that, but just wanted to share.
Yeah, it should be on YouTube and Facebook. It always just pops it into there automatically.
Beautiful. Welcome, everybody. And I'll share here the number 3 thing you can do is, so let me just back up. 1, hire somebody on your team. Hire a super duper rock star like Blake, who knows soup to nuts, all facets of, the prospecting, outreach, and then well beyond that, or someone that just is dedicated to prospecting and outreach, or hire somebody from Upwork that can handle this task for you, or you can hire us at projectsonaplatter.com, and we actually do all of this for you.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to do that instead. I'm actually not great at prospecting. That's not my strong suit. I'm more on the design and technical side and kind of managing like a CRM, like setting up the infrastructure to do the job, not necessarily doing the job.
Right. Well, it's a lot to keep up with and a lot to keep track of. Once you start prospecting, you got all these jobs in front of you, and then you've got all the people associated with them, and then you start emailing and making the phone calls, and then you make it a dedicated thing, and then it's, well, did I call? You have to be on top of your CRM, right? Like you said.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. We don't have a CRM. We have a spreadsheet.
Oh.
We're getting a CRM. Thank God.
You?
We're getting one. Yeah, we're implementing one right now. So I'm very excited about that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, what we are offering other contractors like us is an opportunity to really just outsource absolutely everything. The prospecting, the finding the jobs in the area, finding, what the job is, where the job is, who is on the job, the names, the numbers, and we do all of that prospecting, and then we do all the outreach. So we have a dedicated project coordinator that all he does is email and pounds the phones all day and gets in front of the jobs that we've prospected to find out what the next steps are. And what he does is he turns right around and gives those next steps to us, to the low voltage contractor, right? So we more or less go out, discover what it is, how to be on the thing, get the next action step, and then transfer that information over to the low voltage company so that they can take that next step, take that action step. And that's projects on a platter. We more or less, we want to go out and find the projects and just, hey, you didn't have to prospect, you didn't have to outreach. Here's the next steps, and the communication in between, where we were actually out prospecting and communicating with the developer, the architect, the GC, whoever it is. It's on your behalf. So your company is already in front of them. They know who you are, right? And that is the service that we're providing at Projects on a Platter. And if we have a entry level offer where we're giving out 3 free projects. So in the PDF that'll be posted here, you'll have access to all these slides and everything, more or less how we do the prospecting, and then some of that outreach that's conducted, and then also a link to the 3 free projects. We'll hop on a call, we'll give you the 3 free projects, and then we'll show you more or less how to use the projects. Or if you want us to work on it, then we'll make you an offer to work with us at that time. And that is all I had for today, y'all. This is exciting because this is all we're doing, is prospecting, outreach, getting the next steps to get on these commercial projects. So just like you started off this call, Blake, I love the big commercial projects because we can get the time, all the guys on a project where I don't have to continue to go out and sell. And, you know, the sales cycle is so much longer and the guys are busier for so much longer, and the reward is so much greater.
Yeah, for sure. I got to convince my company to use Projects on a Platter. I think we could benefit from it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we talked about, I'm out there doing a lot, not just prospecting. You know, I have to do a lot more heavy lifting.
Right. Well, and you guys could probably, they could drop their subscription to Construct Connect, so that would save them some money.
I feel like we don't use it to its full capability. I don't know if we get enough value out of it. I mean, I guess if we win a couple projects per year, it will be worth it. Because I'm bidding stuff that's like $500,000, so that's pretty high up there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, if you want to sit down and like arrange a meeting with any of the folks at ACS, we'll hop on a Zoom and we'll just chat and see if it's a benefit.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I got a little post I did. Let me get this going. Where is it? Oh, there's the window. So this is an event we're putting on. Hard to see it. Let me make it bigger. You see that? And this is kind of like right up our alley. We're responding to RFPs, doing submittals,
Ooh,
government jobs. So this is a Nashville event in October.
nice.
Yeah. And there might be some collaboration with you guys that we could probably tie in with Projects on a Platter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be a good fit. So just kind of put that in the back of your brain. We don't have a date just yet. We're trying to find like a venue sponsor and some other sponsors for it. We already have Lee Renfro from GoFro. He's going to be doing a talk. Todd Taylor, he was the president of Bixby last year. And SC Datacom out of Georgia, they're going to be doing the topics that's on this list right here. I think it's it's not like an exciting, like big party, event, but it's like, this is good information. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You let me know when the date is and I'm there.
So yeah, I'm just getting some interest, see if people would actually attend an in-person event, because we might do a hybrid, like do like a live kind of like stream like we're doing now with this, but also we want to do in-person. We love the in-person stuff, and Nashville's cool. Everybody loves Nashville.
For sure. If
even
if it's a hybrid, I'd love to be there in person. That would be outstanding.
Yeah. Definitely. And we'd love to help however you see fit.
For sure. Cool. There was one other thing. It kind of hit my brain for a second. Oh, it was, so we do lunch and learns. So we get connected with like the contractor and we say, hey, you guys do a lot of multifamily stuff. And then we bring in a vendor that does maybe like camera analytics and access control for multifamily. And then we host it at the general contractor's facility. So they get the exposure, the vendor gets the exposure, then everybody gets the, it's just a big like kind of marketing event, but at the same time, we'll invite various people locally. So that's another great way to build relationships, is hosting like a lunch and learn at the actual GC's facility.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned something like that, but I think it's a really good tactic where it's like a win on everybody's part.
No, that's a nugget right there.
And of course, I'll make a big deal about it on social media, and blast it to as many people as possible. So there's that.
That's a great share right there, Blake. Thank you.
Yeah. And if anybody has any ideas that is local that wants to participate in something like that, let me know. In either of these events, the lunch and learns or this event for doing the RFPs and submittals and government jobs and all that. Cool.
Rock on.
That's all I got.
Well, I'm done for the day myself, my man.
Sweet.
And before we sign off, guys, just a quick note. We did have Austin chimed in. He's a single member LLC. You're welcome to actually book a call into Projects on a Platter. We can chat about your specific scenario, just to let you know. More than happy to see if it could be a fit. Okay?
Cool.
So
That was great. It's good to be back. So thank you.
Yes, everybody. We are back on track Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern.
There it is. Y'all have a good night. Take care.
You too. Much love. Take care.